travelers, another week, and it's the same three guys that are socially distanced, even though Wisconsin is opened up. So
Yeah.
It's essentially a free-for-all out there right now.
it kind of is. I don't know. I don't know if that I want to do much more than I've been doing.
Yeah, I think my motto in life is "in chess, the pawns go first." So
you just let them
I heard
go.
that one. I heard something else about like foolish men jump into shallow water first, or something like that. Or wise men let foolish men jump into shallow water first.
Yeah. You just kind of sit back.
There's nothing in Eau Claire that I need to go do right this second.
Hey, as long as I can keep getting beer the same way that I was before, everything's fine. I
get too much beer.
Yeah. So this week we decided that we'd go kind of along the theme that we did last week. However, we'd go into the 1990s because the 1990s were pretty great. Let's be honest, we remember way more from the 90s than we do the 80s. So
I most certainly do.
Yeah, so do I. So that's great. You have to yell at the dogs, Andy? Yeah?
Yes, I did have to yell at the dogs. Sorry about that.
Were you at home? I thought you were in a studio.
What are you at home? Jeez.
Yeah.
So yeah, we ended up. Oh, I've got to yell. I get yell at people in my house too. Hold on a second.
Wow, this is just
Yep.
You can yell.
Finally get all the technical hiccups worked out, and
hey,
the stuff we can't control.
You ask Andy. I wasn't yelling at all. I could have left the mic on, and I wasn't yelling.
I was gonna say,
yeah.
By muting the mic, you can still hear him.
Yeah. I mean, Andy heard me yell at the dogs, or at one of my dogs one time, and Andy ran into the house faster than the dog did.
No, Robin did. To this day, she's still a little scared of you.
Yeah, that's and she's still my friend somehow, so that means she wasn't all that scared. But anyway, let's dive into some beer. I didn't actually think that Lakefront had made a beer that won a medal as far back as they did, but 1991, they won a medal for what they called then Stein beer. And I'm pretty sure it's current day Riverwest Stein. So you can still get this beer. Yeah.
But if you happen to know something else in the comments.
Yeah, absolutely. You tell us that we're wrong.
Right.
Multiple.
There's the old Riverwest Stein.
Oh, hold on. I got a bottle too.
Hey,
look at that.
Woo.
We're all on the same page.
So I have multiple things. Before I even smell it, taste it, or get too involved in it, I just want to cover. The fun part about doing these old school winners is that we get to kind of go down what are a lot of breweries' flagship beers. And if you know on this show, we've talked about it before, but bears repeating. You know, we all love the new, we all love the pass-through trends, but these flagship beers have been perfected over years and have won and, you know, are kind of easily forgotten. But
yeah,
damn, are they still good?
And if you want to know more about this particular beer, you can actually the episode that we did. If you go to our YouTube channel and find the one that we did with Lakefront Brewing.
One of my favorite episodes, actually.
Yeah, it was a fun time.
That was a very fun time.
Yeah. So the brothers talk about the beer and how it came to be and the name and all that good stuff. So
that is one of my favorite beers from Lakefront.
It's definitely one of my go-tos whenever I get Lakefront.
Yeah, and I mean we've talked about Lakefront countless times.
Yeah.
And the tour that you get, of course, they're not doing tours right now, but in theory, at some point you can go on that tour again, and hands down, one of the best.
Oh yeah.
Is it $9, $11, whatever it is?
Something like that. But you also get free beer, tokens, and they pull out all the stops.
Yeah.
For those folks who aren't familiar with Wisconsin geography, Wisconsin, like most states, can be broken in probably two different chunks. You got northwest and southeast. And that southeast corridor is definitely a Riverwest Stein territory. It's everywhere up this way. We tend to get more of their IPA. Close to this, like availability as like bar taps and stuff, which I think is weird, but at the same time, oh well.
Yeah, you would think that the amber would do better in your market.
Actually, when I went to get this today,
I think it still sells pretty well. You just don't see it on draft as much as you say like the IPA.
Right.
Sure.
And this, I mean, as far as like a drinkable beer would, a crushable beer would be, when you go into a bar, if there was nothing else, if I saw Riverwest Stein, I'd drink that.
Oh, yeah. I like that this is kind of an iconic Wisconsin craft because, like, you said this won in 91. So, like, I think Lakefront's been around since 1987. Also the year of my birth. So they've been around as long as I have. Like the idea that it's a Vienna lager because Wisconsin just has such a deep German heritage when it comes to brewing, in that one of our most probably widely available craft beers happens to be a German style from Lakefront. I think it's just very fitting for the state.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Although it's interesting that it got rebranded as a Vienna, because I think in the interview we did with Russ and his brother, they said that it was originally modeled after Anchor Steam.
Right.
I don't think it's a steam beer though.
No.
That's a very particular.
But that's how it started out.
Ironically, I bought a 12-pack of Anchor Steam the other day, and that beer is a lot more ambery than I remember it being. So I can see that comparison, and that's just because I literally had an Anchor Steam last night. So unprompted too, mind you.
Wow.
Yeah.
I have the Lakefront tin. Of course I have all kinds of different tins. I've squished them since I'm the only one sitting here anymore. I've really condensed them in to,
Yeah, we can see them all a lot better now too.
Yeah, to distract from my face and more on the tins.
You got Lion's Tail, Top and Goliath.
I would say too. I mean, I guess we didn't really do tasting notes on this beer. So, like, if you're smelling it, it's kind of a nice, sweet smelling beer.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah,
not pleasant to smell. This is like a good learning beer too. Like, this is something you could give to a good convert beer. You can give it to your dad. It's kind of like an Oktoberfest. That Vienna lager, those Martins, that whole category of beer is oddly, interchangeable in many ways.
Yeah, this is something my parents would call a dark beer, though. Just because of the color. I mean, heaviness wise, it's not heavy at all.
I think people are always prepared for more bitterness because that's what they anticipate with heavier beers. Then when you get them in something like this, right? No, it's sweet, it's caramely, it's kind of got a little bit of tap,
bready flavor. Yeah.
This is always
converted my dad. This and the Kentucky Bourbon Barrel Ale are pretty much all that he drinks.
And this is Alex, by the way. But this was always my go-to when I went to go to a Brewers game.
Oh, yeah. I suppose. Yeah, I'm sure you can definitely get it there.
When they're actually playing.
Yeah. Well, July, supposedly.
Well, guys, Stephanie's about to join us here. So
my gosh. Stephanie.
Hi.
We haven't had a Stephanie appearance in a while.
It's a rare setting.
The kid's watching a movie in the other room. So.
There you go. Yeah.
You're going to come back out of the room and the whole house is just going to be destroyed.
Yeah.
Not with Disneyland, no.
Yeah, I always like to do, if I was a Disney character, I'd probably be Baloo from like Jungle Book. And I just wants to eat all day. And if Theo was a Disney character, he'd be the Tasmanian Devil.
Oh, yeah.
Well, a Disney character.
That's not a Disney character.
Looney Tunes are Warner Brothers.
Yeah.
Cartoon character. Or as Morgan Von Left would call it, tiny film. We've been close now for about a month.
You guys have been really close? Yeah. I can't imagine why.
Did something happen? I haven't been paying attention lately.
Anyway, we of course have two beers tonight, and Steph wanted to sit on the second one. So this beer actually surprised me more than the Riverwest Stein, because I didn't know anything about Great Lakes brewing before I came up to these parts of the country. Mm-hmm. And it's around here. I mean, we can get it pretty easily.
Wisconsin does get two of the Great Lakes.
Yes. Yeah. Thank you, Troy.
Yeah.
Yes.
I'm here for the geography, guys.
None of the
I
lakes
thought-
that Ohio borders, though, and that's where this beer comes from.
I thought you were here solely for presidents. That's it.
Presidents and geography. Troy's a walking social studies class.
Yeah.
And so growing up in Pittsburgh, Great Lakes was kind of a staple. And, like when we talk about the craft beer movement, they were really early entry as far as craft breweries go. And one of the things that Cleveland is best known for is actually letting their river on fire, which as a Pittsburgher who grew up with dirty rivers, at least we could say we didn't light the river on fire.
That's true. Yeah.
So I'm like, it was always a big thing. And then like whenever they got the first big craft brewery out in the region, we're like, dang it.
So Stephanie, how is a Pittsburgher different from a cheeseburger?
What?
Or a Bitburger.
A Bitburger?
I don't even know
That's
how
the
to
most
answer
Alex
that.
joke in the world.
That is, yeah. So anyway, before we get too much further before telling you what we're drinking the Edmund's Fitzgerald. Yeah.
Maybe not that
Yeah.
one. There it is.
The boat. We're drinking the boat.
Yeah. So a couple quick thoughts on the Edmund.
27 souls, Troy. 27 souls.
Oh my. Edmund Fitzgerald. Yeah. So, well, great. Like Stephanie was saying, I lived in Pittsburgh when I first got into craft beer. I turned 21 in Pittsburgh, and obviously Great Lakes is a massively formative craft beer. It was at every bar, multiple draft lines in every bar. I don't think they have that kind of chokehold anymore because the competition has just increased so dramatically.
Like Nosferatu was a staple,
Yeah,
especially like seasonally.
Oh, Nosferatu! People used to line up the doors for that. So Great Lakes, solid.
Wow.
And like every brewery, they have you want one beer that just you can get everywhere, and that's kind of been the Edmund Fitzgerald. This has always been probably one of my favorite porters. We had a good porter last week too, but this one's a bit more robust, a bit more rich, it's a bit more coffee.
It's a little more hoppy even. I mean,
Very much an American style porter as opposed to that Great Northern Porter we had last week, which was very more pre-industrial English.
right. Quick music question, Troy. What song had the Edmund Fitzgerald in it?
Well, I know there's a song from the 1970s. I don't know who sings it.
Dang it. Come on, Troy.
I heard it, and then I thought the first time I heard it, I'm like, oh, that sounds like it's from the 1800s. Like, no, 1970s. I'm like, wow.
Well, it was called The Wreck of the Edmunds Fitzgerald, and it's by Gordon Lightfoot. Yeah. You'll never remember that.
I've only been heard it 8. You think I would have heard it already.
But now you know.
Yeah. If you were
You know
to
it's
frequent
happened
the Wigwam for Friday karaoke night in Eau Claire, that's usually on a revolving playlist in that room.
A lot of tears shed for that one. A lot of people crying. Yeah.
27 souls landed.
27 souls. Yeah.
Wait, can you sing us a little bit of the song? Do you know any of it?
I'm not singing it.
I'm not either.
You're the best singer in the group, though. So
Yeah. It's my Gordon Lightfoot impression. Not very good.
Yeah.
No.
We
I
also
don't know
don't
if
want
I've
to.
ever actually heard the song when
sing
not
it
being sung by a drunk person in a karaoke bar. So
Well, don't sing it, Landon, because we don't want to get a YouTube strike, and I'm sure you would be
That's-
really spot on.
Yeah, that's true too. Yeah, I'm sure it would be really close.
mhm.
Yeah.
Alex, you would make a good Jiminy Cricket. You know that.
You love this disembodied voice thing, don't you, Troy?
Yeah, it's freaking me out. But it's also the way I've always envisioned you as a computer that talks.
You know, actually,
You envision me by not actually seeing me.
Yeah.
Before we started this tonight, the door behind Troy there actually opened on its own. So that would be perfect if Alex was just in the closet.
Just slowly walks out. Hey guys.
I've actually been here the entire time.
No.
The entire quarantine, actually.
I've been in there. Alex is like, I can take the shape of any space I'm in.
You have a collapsible spine like a mouse?
Maybe.
Yeah. So
Yeah.
this beer actually won. Was it gold in '91?
Yep.
Think? Yeah.
Mhm.
I need
For-
more.
So in '91.
Mhm. Whereas the Riverwest Stein only won bronze that year.
Right.
So
Shit.
91 doesn't seem that long ago, but it was a long time ago. So
I mean, it does.
almost 30 years now.
not for me, it doesn't. You gotta think of happier days.
I had the realization I've been out of school longer than I was in school, like 1, 3, or 12 the other day. I'm like, oh my, that's fine. We hit that threshold.
Yeah.
Oh dear.
Oh dear.
Oh dear. Oh my.
Oh gosh. Yeah, that's
Your small town are killing Troy.
It's both down there a little bit.
So I mean, I don't know if I'm getting old or like years are getting like more tame. I don't know. Like I'm into porters now. I'm into like stouts, and it's very confusing.
This is
Which
very
I-
good to be into.
Never would have thought that I'd hear those words coming out of your mouth.
I don't understand. I don't know what's going
Well,
on. But
we keep making you drink IPAs, so it's only fitting.
Mm-hmm.
And I think I've taken it like a champ.
yeah,
Although
I don't-
Stephanie saying she likes a porter is like Jake saying, "Hey guys, have you tried this new IPA? I really like it."
yeah.
You
My favorite
tried this?
It would have been is that barrel aged IPA.
Yeah. They have them. I don't like them.
Yeah.
They're yucky.
Yeah, that
Jake
doesn't
is-
sound like it would mix well.
If you walk into a bar, it's like, what's the heaviest barrel aged beer you have? I'll take 4.
Yeah.
Ridiculous.
And then I'll have 4 bloodies after that.
And we'll get a cigar.
Yeah. But
On that
yeah, to each their own. Oh,
Enjoy Ohio, because that's like the only thing you can enjoy from Ohio is
I'd
beer.
say Ohio makes better beer than Philly does.
it doesn't
Yeah.
it doesn't taste dirty, so
Yeah, you don't want
Yay.
dirty water. No, that's good.
no.
Well, we have like being here for the East Coast perspective.
I mean, like, to be fair, like, it's a crappy East Coast perspective because people from like the actual East Coast think that Pittsburgh is the Midwest.
You're the bridge.
And then I moved here and people were like, "You're from the East Coast," and I was like, "Really?"
Yep. Agreed.
It's all relative.
Yeah. But yeah,
Well,
they lit the river on fire, but they made a good porter. So good for them. Okay, bye.
We'll make it out there eventually.
Edmund Fitzgerald went down for it.
yeah.
Guess
Yeah,
what? Guess what I'm drinking tonight?
What are you drinking tonight, Alex?
Vicky picked up a growler from Growler Guys of Lagunitas IPA for me. Or not Lagunitas,
Ooh.
Lakefront IPA for me. Sorry.
Oh,
Lakefront, so I'm right
okay.
on theme.
Yeah.
So it's pretty good.
Well, I was just saying that the Lakefront's more readily available in the area, so why don't you give us a quick breakdown of it, Alex?
Put you on the spot.
You what?
Disembodied, Alec.
Give us a breakdown. What's
Does
your
it
favorite?
taste like an IPA?
It tastes delicious. It does taste like an IPA, but it's not like over crazy like a double bubble or something where it's like, oh my god, I can't even. But it's not like super smooth where like my wife would say, what does she always say about IPAs? She's just like, I love the way they smell, but I hate the way they taste.
Ah, yes.
I think she
Yeah.
would hate the way this one tastes, but I really like it.
That one has a good malt backbone to it, if I'm reading correctly.
Yeah, it does.
And it's got a good color. It looks like a beer, you know.
Yeah.
Well,
It's one of
that's
those
good.
IPAs that actually doesn't taste too bad once all the hops fall out of it. If you find one like in the back of a fridge of like your relatives when you're visiting and you're just looking for something good to drink.
Probably a beer I brought there for Christmas 3 years ago.
Right. Yeah.
I got multiple thoughts about that. There's always this like out there, like what is the quintessential Midwest IPA or a Wisconsin IPA? Because every state has like the one that they're known for, and Wisconsin does not have one. And like New Glarus never truly made like a mass-produced IPA, so that's why it never
Moonman
happened.
is the closest that you would get to it.
And my Stephanie bought me a 6-pack randomly of Moon Man, and I haven't had a Moon Man in forever. I'm not gonna lie to you, I've been drinking them, and I'm like, damn, this is a good beer. Like, or pale ale. And the crazy part is that I have one of those cousins who's just real salt of the earth type of guys,
Yeah. Yep.
And he was crushing Moon Man the other day. And I was like, if we've hit that level where you're drinking a pale ale and like a regular beer, then we move some needles here, guys.
That wasn't Mitch, was it?
It was by all means Mitch.
Oh, that's amazing.
Wow.
Thanks, Mitch.
Most reliable human you'll ever meet. Anyways,
Yeah.
so him aside for a minute, but I would argue in many ways that the Lakefront IPA is kind of that. It's not doesn't have the hype, let's say, as like a Toppling Goliath Sue or something like that. But like I was saying, that beer is everywhere. We were at Cheesecake Factory down by your mom and dad's house there, Andy. And Cheesecake Factory is very particular in what beers they put on. That's just because I used to work there and I know how they operate. And they had Lakefront IPA on, which means like you have to be able to prove X amount of sales capability in order to get a draft line at a cheesecake. So in order for that beer to get that draft line at a cheesecake, kind of blew my mind a little bit.
Mm-hmm. Unfortunately, that Cheesecake Factory isn't there anymore. But yes, I do know which one you're talking about.
Yeah, I mean, it doesn't really affect me. Go back to the card. I feel bad for you.
Andy just thought that he had to point that out to you, you know.
He's like, Troy, I couldn't help but notice you're excited about making a point here, but I'm going to go ahead and a little bit. It doesn't matter. It doesn't change the story.
No, it doesn't. Just it kind of dates your story a little bit if you know how long that Cheesecake Factory has been closed.
I'm assuming people don't. Anyways, my point being that because Alex, like he was saying, has a nice small backbone, a very drinkable IPA, but that's essentially what the Midwest IPA has become, and so thus that's become the quintessential love it or hate it.
Yeah. And on that note, next week, hopefully, we'll do this again, and eventually we will get together. When is that? I don't know.
I'm gonna.
Even once you guys are able to do it in person, I still might be doing this just because of the drive.
Right. We'll still have Andy and Madison regardless. But
will we though? Will we?
You can choose whether or not to include me or not. I'm here.
Well, unless Andy, are you moving back to Eau Claire? Is that what that means?
No.
Not
anytime soon. We just settled down.
Reach out there, Andy. Maybe do a write-in campaign or something.
I'll get on that, Troy. Thanks.
Oh, speaking of that, real quick note. For those of you that live in the Eau Claire area, I would just want you to know that when you go to an election, anytime that there's a write-in, or if you just want to write in anybody, Alex Drogseth is who we all write in.
Landon.
So
that's
just
who
so
you
know,
write in, not everyone.
Yeah, I started.
No, I'm saying we as a cumulative.
Alex,
so the next time you go to the polls, write in Alex Drogseth for whatever. It really doesn't matter.
Okay. Here's the thing: if I'm elected, I'm going to be very disappointed. But I want you to my platform.
I will. I'll do whatever for you, man.
My only issue, if anyone cares about this, is if you go to a restaurant, which you can't do right now. Well, actually, now you can.
You can.
Yeah. If you get cheese curds and it's just chunks of cheddar cheese, those aren't cheese curds, but they're charging the same price. So my thing is, if it says cheese curds on the menu, it has to be a cheese curd and not chunks of cheddar.
You know, I think there'd be a lot of people. There'd be a lot of people supporting you, Alex. I think you're well on your way to getting elected between 1 and 5 years from now.
Especially in a local election.
Yes.
You could probably actually run on a cheese curd campaign here and might be able to win.
I'm not gonna lie to you. I've been trying for a long time now.
Yeah.
You've been getting ones and twos of votes every election, Alex.
This is no good. This is not a good thing.
Can you just imagine if you will? There's like a county board or something, or a city board, and it's all people, and then like a laptop, and Alex is just talking through on one of these areas.
It's amazing, people. I'm telling you, just do it. If you live in Eau Claire, next time you get to vote, do it. So anyway, we're going to be back next week. Maybe we'll do beers from the early 2000s that were GABF winners. Otherwise, we'll find another thing to do.
Maybe we'll do the late 90s.
Yeah, maybe we'll do the late 90s because we only did 91.
We could do almost every year at this point.
Yeah, we could. I don't know if we could find those beers, but
there's a lot of Anheuser-Busch and Miller beers in the 90s.
We could do malt liquor, the malt liquor winners.
Yeah,
old English 800, man.
I'm gonna bring up
a few of those. I'm like, do I go to the store and buy a 40 for tonight? Actually,
so-
that's something we should do on the vlog sometime soon. Is Edward 40 hands.
Oh yeah.
I haven't done that since college.
By the end of the night, everybody's just
Yep.
No work in the morning.
yeah.
I mean, hey, the faster you can finish it.
Okay, hold on. We should totally do
Yeah.
Edward 40 hands and then have someone hide in the door behind Troy.
All right. On that note, anyway, yeah, exactly. If you haven't already done so, you need to check us out on all of the social medias, and that's including Facebook and Instagram, and we are on Twitter. We just don't tweet a lot, and of course, right here on Facebook or on YouTube. I mean, you need to subscribe to us. If you haven't already subscribed to us, why haven't you done it?
I think to tweet every day would be pretty repetitive. Like beer is good.
That's kind of what they are when I do tweet. You know, like, hey,
It's not
Probably
over.
just set that up to tweet that out every day.
they're the least offensive tweets ever. So,
I like beer.
Yeah.
And so,
do you like beer? Want to be friends? Anyway, from all of us at Taproom Travelers, we will see you next week. Prost.
cheers, guys.
Hey everybody, thanks for watching. If you like what you saw, you can click down below where there's some more episodes for you to watch. And don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe on episodes that you do watch. We hope to see you next time.